If you're stuck between renting and buying right now, you are absolutely not alone. This is one of the biggest financial decisions most people will ever make. And with rising prices, interest rate fluctuations, and lifestyle shifts, it can be a really tough call. In this video, I want to walk you through both sides of the conversation. We're going to look at the real numbers, long-term pros and cons, and the key lifestyle questions to ask yourself so that you can make the right decision for your situation, not just what the market is doing. Before we go further, let me quickly introduce myself. I'm Dawn, a realtor here in Edmonton with eXp Realty. I work with buyers, sellers, and families across the Edmonton area, and my approach is all about clarity and calm guidance. Whether you're buying your first place or figuring out your next move, I'm here to help you make your smoothest move without pressure, just strategy. Let's start with renting. Renting often gets a bad rap in the homeownership world, but the truth is, there are some clear benefits, especially if flexibility is your top priority. Renting allows you to move more easily, shift locations for work, and avoid responsibility for repairs or maintenance. You're also not tying up a large chunk of cash in a down payment, which can be a smart move if you're investing elsewhere or need time to build up savings. In Edmonton, rents are still relatively affordable compared to other Canadian cities. And for some people, especially if you're not planning to stay long term, renting makes total sense. But the trade-off with renting is that your money isn't building equity. You're essentially paying to borrow someone else's asset. And with rent increases happening more frequently and unpredictably, many renters feel like they're on unstable ground. You don't have control over long-term costs or the condition of the property. Plus, you're limited in terms of renovations, upgrades, or personalization. If you're someone who values consistency, privacy, or the ability to truly make a space your own, that's something worth thinking about. Now, let's talk about buying. Home ownership gives you something that renting can't: equity. Every mortgage payment you make is a step towards owning more of your home. Over time, that equity becomes a powerful asset. You can borrow against it, use it to move out to a larger home, or eventually live mortgage-free. Buying also locks in your housing costs in a way renting can't. Yes, you'll have taxes and maintenance, but your mortgage payment isn't going to jump the way rent might with each lease renewal. In markets like Edmonton, where prices have historically remained more stable than in bigger metros, buying can be a smart long-term investment. That said, buying isn't for everyone, at least not right now. There are upfront costs to consider: your down payment, legal fees, home inspection, appraisal, and closing costs. Once you own, you're responsible for everything: repairs, replacement, insurance, and property taxes. There's also less flexibility. Selling takes time and effort, and depending on the market, you may not be able to walk away quickly if your life circumstances change. That's why I always tell my clients, don't buy just because you feel like you should. Buy when it makes sense for your life and your financial situation. Here's a simple framework I often use when helping clients decide. If you're planning to stay in Edmonton for at least 3 to 5 years, have stable income, and want more control over your space and future financial position, buying is probably worth exploring. If you're still not building savings, not sure where you want to live long term, or need flexibility for work or personal reasons, renting might be the right choice for now. There is no one-size-fits-all answer, and part of my job is helping you figure out what's right for you. So whether you're on the fence or actively weighing your options, let's connect. I'm happy to run some numbers, walk you through what a purchase would actually look like based on your situation, and help you compare renting versus owning in a real, personalized way. There's no pressure, just honest insight, so you can make the best decision for your life and goals. When the time is right, I'll be here to help you make your smoothest move.